Oh man, I didn't even put the please stand by thingy. Yep. I apologize for the delay. I do have a shirt on now though, so you do miss out on that. That would have only been if you happened to hop into my channel during the test. Sorry, Ben. I did see you refreshing furiously, hoping for the goods, but yes, I'm sorry if it's quiet. I'm sure you saw Josh's post that just Windows updates just royally fucked me up today. Um, Actually, the only way I could get my microphone to work was by having to hear myself. So, if I start talking a little slowly, it's because I'm just tripping out because I have to hear my own voice in my headset while while I play. And the worst part is I sound a hell of a lot louder than when it sounds like for you guys. Can seriously barely hear me. Fuck. Alright, man. I really can't boost it much more than this. And I'm not about to go and start screaming because I'm still recovering from a cold. So, unless you want me to just start coughing in your ears. Escape the cable car. Jesus. I was not prepared for this. So, hopefully you can hear me at least a little bit better now. Oh, crap. Yeah, I saw that one happening. I mean, the next thing was basically just, really, not really? Shit, man. Alright, let me, have one more idea. Okay. What about now, by chance? Is there anything better? Yeah, Heather, I mean, I don't think I've ever experienced like an audio fuck up this bad before, though. Oh, armor. That's a little better. Okay, I really don't know if I can go much higher than that. Basically, all I did was, create a new scene. And I just removed all the filters from, either from boosting or, or dropping my audio. So hopefully at least it does bring it up a little bit. This also totally puts a hamper on my hopes of trying to get close to beating the game today. Fucking audio issues, man. And that's after I had tweaked the settings earlier, hoping that, that it would have made the change because of the of that delay I had last week. Jesus. I would have thought that guy went down. Took 2 grenades. Alright, so... Oh, armor. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna die. Fuck. I'm also gonna say that having to hear myself is very off-putting. I even went through the precaution of loading myself up on Dayquil as a cough suppressant, so that way I wasn't coughing into everybody's ears. You can also hear the symphony of coughing we have here, because you can also hear Jocelyn in the background coughing. Really, Ben, you can't hear the game audio too much? I'm loving this this varied result though. Jesus fucking Christ. It's the big guy. Oh. Hear the soft pitter-patter of gunfire, but not much else. Frank is like a whisker. Is your general audio just down? I mean, if both things are low, then that just sounds like all audio is low, no? Yay, Heather! All can be heard.
Shut down the power. Need to get it back up again.
Restore power. Jesus. Oh, okay. Oh wait, that's not my rifle. Those aren't my... Oh, there it is. No! He'd be even more fine if he took that pesky shirt back off. That was just for you, Josh. Although at one point I did see Heather hop into that stream as well. She was trying to get in on your action. It was just a happy anniversary treat for Josh. 25 bits for topless Frank. Who is shooting me? Oh shit, there's more people. Aha. 69 bits for a sex joke. Need one gun. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. Come on. I see. You just watched a Mucinex ad. Man, I mentioned being sick once and the ads pick up on that fast. They really are listening. Although they might be upset to know that I did not use Mucinex. I went for Sudafed last night. Hey, Paulo. Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh shit. Don't drown, BJ. haven't had much luck with being able to watch ads recently either. Oh, what the fuck? There we go. Oh, come on. That's just cruel. Can I climb? No? Makes it look like I can climb. So during my my sickly adventures over the weekend, I got to catch up on a whole lot of Netflix. Started watching comedians in cars getting coffee. I kind of watched that when it was first on Crackle. And then, you know, just kind of stopped watching it. But they're good because they're, you know, they're short. No, I was already this way. What else did I watch? Oh, right up there. I haven't watched season 2 of Glow yet because that's like a show that Joss and I watch, so we haven't gotten to that one yet. You know, as like a together show. We were watching this show called Red Oaks on Amazon. That was pretty cool. Then we caught like the whatchamacallit, the second season for Nailed It. You know, because that's short. It's only like you know, half-hour episodes and stuff. I finally picked up on my quest to try to watch every episode of Star Trek again. I'm like midway through excuse me, the last season of the original series. And then I'll get to move to Next Generation. Fuck. Yeah, man. Glow season 2 came out. What, like end of May, early June, around there? I did not know there was an animated series of Star Trek. That's new information for me. Oh, I watched the second season of The Toys That Made Us, which is pretty cool. This time though, it's only like 4 episodes. Let me think. They had the first one was Star Trek actually, which actually watching that is what renewed my my motivation to resume watching Star Trek. Then the second episode was Transformers, which I learned the guy that voices Optimus Prime in the movies is actually the original voice of Optimus Prime from the cartoons. So he has always been the voice of Optimus Prime, which is pretty cool. There was an episode for Hello Kitty, and I forgot what the 4th one was. Oh, that's not the gun I wanted to use. The Bayformers movies. So while I was sick, I also watched Transformers the last night. I'm not gonna tell you it was a great movie, but it was better than I thought it was gonna be. Like somewhat pleasantly surprised. I mean, somehow they made Transformers related to Merlin and King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. So it did get a little weird. But again, not as bad as what I expected. And I should have been using this shotgun all along. Son of a bitch, bro. Where are you? Holy fuck. 72 Dangerous Animals of America. Oh fuck. Come on, 420. Oh, it'd been an incredibly long time, but I watched E.T. and and got to see an incredibly young Drew Barrymore. I cried manly tears in the movie. I watched How to Be a Latin Lover that had Rob Lowe, Salma Hayek. I think those are probably the two biggest names in the movie. Again, not something I'd go out of my way to watch, but you know, you have a lot of time to kill when you're sick, so there was that. You know, I give Jocelyn crap for it all the time, but she has actually never seen E.T. I think she said when she was little she cried enough listening, or she had like one of those, you know, like the books with the cassette companion. That was a record, I'm sorry. Saw E.T. at the drive-in. That sounds awesome. You're getting your kids started on books on records. That's awesome. Getting them to appreciate old technology. I think the only thing I actually didn't do a whole lot of was actually play video games while I was sick. I think I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 15. I finally beat Destiny 2 yesterday, but I actually had to like put in the time, and I didn't finish it until like sometime after midnight. Unfortunately, I did kind of put Marital Bliss Edition on mute so I could get through the game. But I was watching you guys at least.
Think fast, BJ.
E.T. you watch on VHS. I don't blame you. That seems like a good VHS movie to watch. I have my 25th anniversary Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory VHS. At the time that I picked that up, I had pretty much like just gotten a PS2, or at least it was the year I got my PS2, so 2000, because I did get a launch day system, and there was a Willy Wonka that had come out on DVD, and then they discontinued it. So if I wanted to buy Willy Wonka on DVD at that time, it would have been like $80. Or I think I paid like $25 for the 25th anniversary VHS. So that's what I went with. And I still have that VHS, but I do own the DVD for it now after they started reissuing it. And now I actually own the soundtrack on vinyl. They had like a golden ticket special edition vinyl, so it's a gold record that has you know, oh shit, you can, I don't need dual wield shotguns. But But I do love the soundtrack to Willy Wonka, so having it on vinyl is great. It also makes it a lot easier to skip that that Hang On Charlie song that everyone always skips in the movie. Aw. Willy Wonka freaked you out as a kid? Well, I guess the that tunnel scene, I guess, freaks everyone out. Something I had read was that the other actors were not aware of what was going to happen in that tunnel scene, aside from Gene Wilder. So the reactions of all the kids and all the adults, you know, at least like the look of fear and stuff like that on their faces was, you know, was genuine, because, you know, whatever happened was unknown to them. And I think the same thing in regards to the first scene that the kids see Willy Wonka at the front of the chocolate factory. Up till that point, none of the children had seen Gene Wilder, so they didn't know what he looked like. They didn't know if there was anything wrong with him, and so on. So he came out with that limp, you know, and they were, in real life, equally as confused as how their characters looked in the movie. Film Theory did a great episode on Willy Wonka, focusing on OSHA violations. Although, is the factory it's not in the States, is it? I mean, the town sure as hell doesn't look American that the factory is in, so OSHA shouldn't have any jurisdiction on the chocolate factory. Find painkillers in a heat pad. Oh no. At the very least, I hope you feel better, Heather. Oh, this is a horrible place to be. Alright, don't back myself into that room. And the rifle might still be good. How far can he throw a grenade? Not there. That'll help. Still hear it growing. I think that went better. Oh, fuck. No, 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 that's what the gunner one. There we go. That went a hell of a lot better. Oh, crap. Damn it. Okay, got enough green. That wasn't too bad. I don't need this. How? Damn it, I put my phone over on the sofa. I can still hear the ESPN updates.
Ein extrem gefährlicher Gefangener ist auf freiem Fuß. Das ist es nachts auf den Straßen sehr gefährlich. Öffnen Sie niemandem die Tür und halten Sie sich von den Fenstern fern. Bitte melden Sie jegliche verdächtige Aktivität unverzüglich den Behörden.
I like how Castle Wolfenstein has its little medieval village around it. That's pretty cool. I think in Return to Castle Wolfenstein, so the Xbox, the original Xbox game,
That's the tavern.
it's just the castle.
Dinner sitzen singing in moonshine.
Ich bringe Sie zu Herrn Kessler.
After the update, you can actually hear me.
What's your name?
So at least the update
What is
did
yours?
something good for you,
William J.
Grant.
Blazkowicz, U.S. military.
Do people call you that?
Father used to call me Billy Boy.
Billy Boy. Billy Boy. Billy Boy. Ist das ein Name für einen erwachsenen Mann?
Some people just call me BJ.
I like this better. You look like a BJ.
Thanks.
I think the cutting out bit also was maybe my I may have put the bit rate a little bit too high. I think that might have also been what was causing like the like that 1 minute delay I was getting last stream. So I think things aren't delayed as much, at least from what I was able to see when I was test streaming.
Ladies first.
I haven't even buffered myself, so that's always a plus.
Das ist Herr BJ, Herr Kessler. Er wusste das Passwort.
BJ?
William J. Blazkowicz, U.S. military.
Yes, I recognize your voice. Where's your friend?
In Abraham's bosom.
Ed? Annette, mein Kind, überprüf die Fenster und versteck dich dann unten in der Höhle.
Ja, Herr Kessler.
I do remember Kessler from Wolfenstein 2 when we streamed that one. Oh shit. Damn Nazi dogs,
You
man.
must get her downstairs.
Open the basement hatch.
Open the trap.
I will in a second, man. Let me just load up on some armor.
Take care of the Nazi pigs, Agent Blazkowicz. Kill them all.
I will take care of him, man. You just gotta
Lock this door.
hurry up and
Don't
get in
open
there.
it until I say it's safe. Okay.
The snozberries taste like a closing order. Oh. Yeah, I guess having a bunch of kids licking the walls of your factory is probably not it's probably not good from a health perspective.
How many goddamn Nazis are there in this world?
I think they're done.
That's it. Time to open the cellar.
Oh, but, you know, before we open the cellar, let's just, you know, reload on, hey, an upgrade. Well, that's handy. Alright. Now that I'm done pillaging these fine folks, let's
Okay.
let them out of the basement.
Nazis are all dead. You can... Never mind.
Oh, it's Jaeger! Oh shit, I shouldn't have loaded up on everything. Holy fuck.
Agent Blazkowicz, over here!
Dude,
Are you okay, Blazkowicz?
everything related to Jaeger was just so violent.
Thanks.
What was he
Last
saying?
stream, everything with the
Leslie.
electrocution and shit was rough.
What about the girl?
She's coming with us.
I mean, what's her story?
Rescued from the importation convoy heading out of Wolfenstein. Family is gone. I know she has.
Augustus Gloop is a health hazard. I would agree, man. Nobody wants a kid swimming in the chocolate river. An important job, but also seems to have restricted the
Names of her family.
the amount of restaurants that Grant gets to eat at. Alright, unfortunately I'm not going to be trying to read a bunch of this stuff this time around just because I've already been coughing up enough and I've been trying to mute it whenever I can. But I'll try to leave it around so that way we can all at least read it. And of course, very relevant, all politically speaking.
Mir geht's gut.
Get in, Agent Blazkowicz. We should be on our way.
Onto the boat.
My things!
Yeah. I can't look around.
Here.
Oh, thank you.
So, where are we going, Kessler?
To Wolfburg. That's where Helga will be, with the document folder.
What's in Wolfburg?
Death, Agent Blazkowicz. Death.
Part 2. Helga von Schaub's.
Welcher Tag ist heute?
17th of March. It's a Sunday.
The day of Purim.
Yeah.
I made this gift for my friend and father's workshop here in Wolfburg. It's Jewish tradition to eat food on this day, but I wanted her to have something special.
What is it?
A cat. Her favorite animal. I was going to give it to her, but then the Nazis came. Bin ich schon so lange hier?
My job is security, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Man,
This is a city of secrets.
graveyard shift's gotta be rough
Led
sometimes.
through history by death and destruction.
Is it,
Now, Helga is poking a stick into its
security where you have
rotten
to walk
guts.
around,
Morbid
or
curiosity of a child.
are you watching monitors and sitting? I guess maybe a
Was
mix
in der
of
Tasche?
both, a patrol and
Open
watching
it up.
security feeds.
My wife used to spread flyers like these in Berlin. Nazi pigs put a rope around her neck for it.
Security for a graveyard. So the graveyard
Eine
graveyard
Sorge,
security shit.
Herr Blazkowicz kümmert sich um
Yeah,
dich, wenn
security
ich weg bin.
shift.
Ich kann auf mich selbst aufpassen.
Wolfberg.
Agent Blazkowicz, you're looking for OSA Agent 2. I called ahead to say that you were coming. Agent 2 knows where Helga is.
Good.
So much death for a silly folder.
When we don't find it, there'll be a whole lot more.
Me and Annette will hide in here. I stole some radar devices from the Nazi pigs. We can use them to communicate. Take this, and then get out of the boat and help me push it under the jetty. Leg dich hin, meine Liebe.
They monitored the cameras of the entire city. Holy crap. I know you had mentioned you were Brazilian. Are you living in Brazil or living in the States, but you know, moved from Brazil or born from Brazil, from Brazilians? You're in Brazil, cool. What city, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I can't believe I missed him. Son of a bitch. Hey, what happened to the ladder? Cine MG Minas Gerais. Very unknown. Yeah, don't know that one. My very first girlfriend was Brazilian. But, you know, she was born in Sao Paulo. That's also when I learned that Brazilian girls are their own special breed. So we're gonna try to be sneaky. Lots of spiders and scorpions. You know, spiders really don't bother me too much. I really don't think I've had too much experience with scorpions though, so I don't know how I would react to that. The house that I have now, we have a bunch of conservation land behind it. And after talking to one of my neighbors, he said that in the past what he had done was he had kind of like carved his own nature trail into the back for he and his daughter. You know, but he's kind of let it go since you know, since she got older and stuff like that, he didn't want to try to maintain it. But that gave me an idea to go and try to do that for myself. So eventually I'll be trying to go back there and see what I find. But I do know there's a fair amount of beasties back there. Yeah, there's a bunch of raccoons, cats. Those are the easy ones. I know we've heard an owl out there before. I did learn that there's that we have rattlesnakes back there. The moles that are always terrorizing my my yard that I have to clean. Recently I learned that there's some armadillos back there. I've seen bats come out of there. What else? Hawks and falcons kind of fly around. Yeah, man, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, armadillos. One day I went to go check on one of my trees, and I just kind of caught movement of something, and I look over, and there was two of them, just like, you know, right next to me, basically, just kind of, you know, foraging around and looking for food. And I was talking to one of my neighbors not too long ago, and I knew there were two. And she told me the other day when she had seen them, there were 3 little babies running around. So now I know that there's 3 of them, and I don't know. I'm guessing there has to be more, because if, you know, they were babies, so there's got to be like a mama armadillo somewhere. But I don't mind the armadillos, though. Apparently they like to eat ants, so maybe that's part of why the ant problem in my yard hasn't been too bad this year. So if they're gonna eat ants, then, you know, feel free. I'm not gonna bug them. You had a pet armadillo. That's awesome. I always remember when I was in elementary school, you know, we did a show and tell. There was one kid that brought like a pet armadillo in as a, you know, as a thing they were gonna show. I think that was like the first time I'd ever seen an armadillo in person. I thought that was so cool.
What's that? Kill as many Nazis as I can?
No, I said...
Can't hear you, Kessler. Lots of static.
How good of a pet does an armadillo make? Crap. Armadillos here are known as tattoo. I really don't remember the Portuguese I learned. Son of a bitch! I did not realize that there were generals around. Yeah, I know it's gonna die. You need a pet chupacabra. So, growing up in Miami, the guy that my mom used to buy tamales from, his farm actually got hit by the chupacabra when it got there, or the chupacabras. I remember he had to put up like a huge fence around his chickens and stuff. Wow. I always remember all the crazy designs and all the pictures that would come out of what the chupacabra looked like when it was still unknown. It looked like an alien with bat wings and all sorts of crazy shit. That worked out. Oh yeah, many of them were myths. I think it wound up just being, like a type of dog, no?
Schmitz, the baker shop. Kessler found Agent 2's house. Dinner sitzen singing in moonshine.
Open the gate to the side of the building. There's a key underneath a large rock. Use the basement window.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Where's your shirt, you handsome sod?
Pippa, you're Agent 2.
It's Nurse Inga now. Rest your feet for a moment.
I didn't realize up to this point that BJ has been running around shirtless. I should have stayed without a shirt so that way I could have matched my my character. But I'm not as buff as BJ is.
some tea and biscuits.
I'm a little bit more squishy than our main character.
So this is where they transferred you.
Yeah, 6 months now.
Haven't seen you since the London HQ party.
Oh, that was a riot. Wesley spilled beer all over my Bristols. Clumsy twit.
I tried to save him, Pippa.
I know you did, love. I'm sorry. This is not the time for maudlin stories. Listen, I know what you're after, Blasco. The man in my bed over there is one of Helga's Nazi flunkies. Before he took a little nap, I loosened his tongue. The folder you're searching for is located in Helga's room at the Wolfberg Tavern. Now, apparently, she's quite the wine connoisseur. Pose as a waiter, and maybe you can get close to her. But for God's sake, put some bloody clothes on first. There's a shirt in the chest over there.
Motto unlocked. BJ bare-chested. That is awesome. So,
Do leave your guns. The tavern staff don't carry firearms. I'll keep them safe for you. Fucking Nazis. And people just follow these birds like brainless ghouls. Maybe they deserve nothing better.
It's a whole lot of weapons.
These hinges are rusted. Come help me with this, Blasco. The tunnel is a 9.4 meter swim to the well in the tavern's backyard. Return to me once you've obtained Helga's folder. And don't you fucking drown on me now, you adorable tosspot.
The hinges don't rust till I get back.
A little bummed I don't get to keep my weapons for the moment, but as long as I have the most epic pipe in video game history, I should be alright.
$1 there. Spent it all on rock candy. Sweet, sweet candy. Should put on an apron. Look the part.
Alright, so we know the Frau does not like overcooked steak. No one likes overcooked steak. She despises sweet things. Lots of salt and vinegar in the dressing. She wants bloody red meat. No seafood. You know, I can't blame her for not liking seafood. Seafood is definitely not my forte either. Don't serve port. It's probably a good thing I read that.
Shit, forgot the tray.
Fuck you, Windows. I just got a notification that Windows needs to install some updates.
Wir wollen heiraten! Wir haben am Toilettenboden gefunden. Wo soll ich denn sonst damit machen?
Yeah, man. Drunk, violent Germans.
Hey, Frau Obersturmbannführer von Schaps ist hier.
Hören Sie gut zu, Schreiben.
So spricht man das
Genug
aus.
jetzt von diesem Quatsch, Helga! General Strasse will Ergebnisse sehen. Und bisher ist er mit ihren Fortschritten nicht zufrieden.
Ach, halten Sie doch die Schnauze, Sie Jammerlappen.
Wie bitte? Schicken Sie ihn weg, damit wir unser Gespräch fortsetzen können.
Ach, Schreiner, verdammt nochmal, jetzt lassen Sie mich doch erstmal meinen Wein genießen.
General Strasse will Ergebnisse
Ich
sehen,
bringe
Helga!
Sie zur Ausgrabung, dann werden Sie schon sehen.
Warten Sie.
Fuck.
Setzen Sie sich. Wie heißen Sie?
France.
France. Mein Cousin ist auch so.
Your
Fasziniert
shelves
Sie das,
collapsed.
Franz? Als Kind habe ich meine eigenen Karten gezeichnet und im Wald bei uns zu Hause nach Schätzen gegraben. Ja, so konnte ich allein sein. Und dann bekam ich auf einmal Polio. Ich war Monate ans Bett gefesselt, hatte schreckliche Träume. Und dann starb mein Bein ab. Habe ich deswegen geheult? Aber natürlich. Ist ja normal. Aber aufgeben ist was für Schwächlinge. Ich habe nie aufgegeben. Ich habe mein Schicksal in die Hand genommen. Haben Sie Ihr Schicksal in der Hand, Friends? Nur zu. Probieren Sie den Wein für mich. Und?
Köstlich.
Sie haben einen interessanten Akzent. Köstlich. Das ist der erbärmlichste Wein, den ich je getrunken habe. Der ist sauer, um Gottes Willen. Trinken Sie aus. Ja, alles. Trinken Sie.
That kind of sucks. I have to drink a bunch of nasty wine.
Trinken Sie aus. Franz.
So you overstuff the shelves with stuffed animals. And a shelf with 3 wheels does sound a little odd.
Man riecht es sofort. Wie feuchter Keller. Muffig. Ein Hauch von Rosine. Und der Geschmack. Süß wie Portwein. Ein Rotwein sollte nicht nach Port schmecken. Sowas würde ich nicht mal meinem ärgsten Feind vorsetzen.
Helga! Warum verschwenden Sie Ihre Zeit mit diesem Banausen?
Because, my dear, incompetent Shriner, he's not a waiter. He's a spy! Did you really think I would be impressed by your atrocious German? Now give me the folder, Franz! Oh. Behalten Sie ihn im Auge.
Yeah, she is pretty ugly.
Was ist los, Eberhard?
I mean, so's the guy.
Eberhard, unternehmen Sie nichts, bis ich bei Ihnen bin. Verstanden? Fassen Sie nichts an, hören Sie. Ich bin gleich da. Auf Wiedersehen. Erschießen Sie ihn. Did you really think I would be impressed by your atrocious German?
Oh.
Now, give me the folder, Franz. Oh.
Apparently I was able to do things. I did not realize that,
Behalten Sie ihn im Auge. Was ist los, Eberhard?
Wir haben Dynamit eingesetzt, um ein Loch in die Gruft zu sprengen. Da kommt etwas raus.
Eberhard, unternehmen Sie ihn.
Aha.
Erschießen Sie ihn!
How did the whole ceiling just collapse?
Was ist passiert?
Sie haben den Boden mit Dynamit gesprengt. Das muss das Erdbeben ausgelöst haben.
Gott. Diese Stadt.
Raus! Schnell, bevor das ganze Gebäude einstürzt. Wir müssen zur Ausgrabungsstätte.
Chapter 6.
Looks like a dusty old map. What secrets are you looking for, Helga? Kessler, can you hear me? Helga's gone. Took the folder with her. I'm coming back to...
Nope.
Boathouse now. Do you copy?
Helga's trying to reach back to her roots with King Otto. So, how do I get out of here now? Nope. Nope. Aha! Holy crap. See, so at one point when I think I started this game, Ben had mentioned Nazi zombies. Although I think he tried to take it back, trying to you know, maybe because it was a little spoilery. But no, man, we have Nazi zombies now. It's like Call of Duty, except holy shit.
Kessler, come in.
Hey,
You
another
read?
health upgrade.
Fucking gadgets.
Oh no! Sorry, Pippa.
You deserved a better fate than this, Pippa.
I'm guessing those are not zombies. Oh, that was pretty awesome. I guess they are zombies. They go down easily, at least. Oh. That is so satisfying. Quite the mist they blow up into. Jeez. Oh shit. Yes, that is the gun I want. I really do need more shotgun ammo though, but...
Can you hear me? Kessler, listen. Helga's gone. Took the folder with her. She's digging up something beneath the church ruins. Must have been what caused this shitstorm. What's your location?
I don't know. Workshop, close to the old town.
Oh. The shotgun is much more satisfying as a weapon to shoot against these guys with. Civilian Shambler. Yeah. Hopefully load up a little bit here. I I did get some shotgun shells, so that's always pretty awesome.
Hello.
Oh, sawed-off shotgun. Sawed-off double barrel to boot.
Look at that. It's raining Nazis.
It's interesting, so now you can reload faster if you just press the R button. Well, mash it, as it says. Jesus Christ. Yep, not gonna go anywhere there. Okay, out of rifle bullets. Well, that's unfortunate. The intensity in Frank's eyes make my PV tingly. I did not even know you were in the stream, Joseph. If I had known, I would have kept my shirt off like how Josh caught me during the test. And just 'cause it's gotta be said once, Joseph. Uh-oh. So what is supposed to happen here? Find Annette and Kessler. Aha, okay. It just keeps raining zombies, and that doesn't do me any good. Alright. The After Dark edition. And aha, I can come in here.
Herr Kessler, ich muss Sie finden. Woher weißt du, dass sie noch hier ist? Deutet sie dir viel?
Oh, that's awesome.
Zeit.
A little poster of Wolf 3D.
Dass sie dich wiederfindet.
So it's in there somewhere. A great Easter egg of a game that hopefully I will be playing this year. Just gotta make sure I can get through all the other games. Oh, can't swim that way. Nope. Nope. So I know I shared it in our in the Rapscallion group chat, but my brother gave me a little late, but he got me my Christmas present. So now I own an Elgato. So once I get a chance to start messing around with it, I should be able to start streaming console games. Which means I should be able to stream the Wolfenstein that came out on the 360 that Activision published, which has actually been pulled since they no longer have the rights to Wolfenstein. I actually do not own Sky Kid. Unless I get the Namco Museum on the Switch, and work my way to beating your high score. So it's the newer one, so it only has HDMI out, but when my brother bought it, he actually ordered just the HD that has the S-video and stuff. When I was looking on Reddit and a few other places, people basically just buy adapters that are like component or composite, shit, what else do I have? And those are probably the two things: component and composite to HDMI, and then they plug that into the HD60. So that actually kind of works out better for me, because games that I wanted to stream, like Wonderful 101 and stuff like that, are playable in 60 frames, which the HD60 does not do. Or I'm sorry, the HD Elgato does not do. So actually, all I have to do is buy the adapters, and I can play the retro consoles, and then I actually still am able to use the 60 frames per second on some of the other consoles like the Switch and the Wii U to play some of the other cooler games. Elgato itself doesn't have the adapters. Oh shit! I can climb that wall. But you know, you can just buy any. You know, whatever output you need to HDMI adapters.
I'm in trouble. Gotta find a way to get to them.
Oh shit. It's not the gun I want. Wonderful 101 does need more love.
Gotta find a way to get to them.
That's kind of why I wanted to stream the game. I've wanted to stream it for a while now. It's just I haven't had an ability to do it. So now I do. I just gotta, you know, take the time to figure it all out. I already downloaded the game capture software. So the first step was taken. I just actually haven't even plugged the Elgato in yet. Like the USB cables and stuff like that are still in their little plastic wrap. Oh wow, this is such horrible aiming. Holy fuck. Yeah, I'm dead. I still stand by Sonic Lost World being amazing. We've had the discussions about that. It has its moments, but the controls are not the most user friendly. I mean, I guess if someone had taken the time to learn the controls, it could probably work as they envisioned, like that, the fluidity of it to go. But the game doesn't lend itself to a lot of people investing the time required to get there. There you are. Uh-oh. I'm still alive. Shit. My god, how many people do I have to fight? Christ. You don't need the software OBS to allow the input. In fact, you'll need to for streaming because you can't resize the Elgato software gaming window to fit into the RB frames. I'm gonna have to take a look at that because I think the way I was kind of envisioning being able to use it, so that way I could just listen to the audio from the PC, was basically using the preview or the monitoring window of the capture software. Instead of, you know, like, trying to figure out how to have audio while playing, I guess maybe possibly plugged into a monitor. I guess this way, theoretically, I don't need to have whatever device I'm going to stream plugged into a TV and then setting up, like a streaming section on my sofa or whatever. Son of a bitch, man. Why didn't you just reload everything at that time? Also, I like when they turn into zombies, even the other Nazis turn on them. Even they're like, what the fuck is that? like Star Fox Zero, you have to take the time to get the full enjoyment. Yeah, Star Fox is one that I feel like, you know, more people gave it hate than what it deserved. What is this gun? Because it really wasn't a bad game, but yeah, I mean, you did have to take the time to learn the controls, and not everyone's gonna invest that time. But I really didn't spend all that much time learning the controls. It's just, they are kind of janky. I mean, that was definitely a game that really didn't require using the second screen. You know, where it was totally just forced in there. Project Guard wasn't too bad. That was kind of nifty. But I mean, that was more like mini game-ish more than anything.
Okay, Kessler?
Took Yomuna's entire playthrough to get used to him. Yeah, there actually, and even by the end of it, there were still a couple things that I really didn't feel very comfortable with. I think like the controls for like that little mouser that you had to control were very awkward. Oh.
And cast them out over Berlin, just like my wife did. Maybe it's like pissing in the ocean, but every drop spreads ripples across the water, no?
Your Project Guard is still sealed. It was a fun game. I didn't get a chance to beat it. And it was another one of the files I lost when my external hard drive from my Wii U died. So the good thing is that now, having an Elgato, I have an excuse to replay some of those games, and I can just stream them to regain some of my save files.
If you choose to do nothing because you feel insignificant in the grand scheme of things, you might as well be an ant. And if I die, I know I will have deserved to meet her again.
I'll come with you.
No. Best if I go alone. You stop Helga. First, help me open a way through the blocked doorway.
Found this in the boathouse.
You take it, my friend. I will be fine.
Aha.
So sorry, Ned. Wasn't supposed to end.
And I keep picking these things up at the most inopportune times. Things are getting all feelsy. And I just...
I was a kid. We had a monster in our basement. My father said if I'd done wrong, it'd creep out at night and come for me. I tried to do no wrong. But the monster came all the same.
Nope. how can I get up there? Not on that rope. Aha. Sort of, maybe? Aha, there we go. Old town.
Head for the church ruins. Helga's gotta be there. Whatever she's doing, it's bad, and you gotta stop it. And snatch the goddamn folder. One more hill, Billy. One more.
This is awesome. I mean, it kind of looks like I'm supposed to bring this down. No? Okay. Yeah, that's where I came from. I can't jump. Oh. Well, okay. Oh, you should have seen, earlier when the Nazi zombies started showing up, I was shooting, like, fire extinguishers to kill them, and, you know, same thing, they would turn into those mists of blood. Oh shit. That's cool, man. So, how do I get out of this if I so desired? Ah, okay. Spacebar. Said as I'm so close to platinuming this, I have 3 challenge stages to get a gold medal and that's it, but I put it down a year ago and now it sucks. Yeah, I think that's one of the hard things about trying to come back to a game after is, you know, your skills just aren't as sharp as what they were, you know, at the height of your gameplay for it. That happened to me with Mario 3D World. I played the game, you know, I beat it. I went through and did like, you know, all the new worlds to unlock them and stuff, and then I put it down, and then went back and got all the green coins, and did all the. I started trying to like max out every single level, and I did that once, and then I think I managed to beat Champion's Road, and then I put it down, and then decided I wanted to go and, you know, like max it out with every single character, but, you know, by then I was out of practice, and then had to, you know, basically get my skills back up. And Champion's Road is not an easy world to do. Yeah, man, so much to do for 100%, and I actually 100%ed that game. I think that's one of the save files that I lost that really hurts the most is losing that one, because I don't think I'm gonna have the desire to do that again for a while. You know, whenever I stream it, I'll probably at least stream it to the point of, you know, of getting all the way through to Champion's Road and beating Champion's Road once. But I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, get the top of the flagpole in every level and beat every world with every character. It's interesting that the shotgun shells for this gun aren't the same as the shotgun shells for the other. That's certainly handy. Bad zombie. Apparently they hurt a lot. Tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. I think the two files that hurt the most that I lost were Mario 3D World and Xenoblade Chronicles. And I mean, it's not like I maxed out Xenoblade Chronicles or anything, but you know, I think I invested what, like 90 hours into that game. And I did a fair amount of exploration. I did a good chunk of the Collectopedia, and there's just, you know, like no way in hell I'm gonna go through and do that again. Son of a bitch, man. Really, man? This is the gun that you default to? Xenoblade Chronicles X. I still have my Xenoblade Chronicles file because that's on my regular Wii, because that's what I played it on. But that was another one that I think I put in probably, you know, 80 or 90 hours into as well. there's really not a ton of games that I sink that amount of time into. I actually haven't started Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is a shame because, you know, I love the other two. Yeah, so I started Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I honestly have not gone back to resume playing it, which is a shame because it's actually a pretty good game. The soundtrack is good. I don't know. I honestly have not been gaming a whole lot on console. You know, I have my document of games that I beat throughout the year. And if you were to look at it, it's, you know, the bulk of it is PC. You know, I beat Ace. Oh, I think I beat Mario and Rabbids. I think that's like the one Switch game I've beaten this year. For PS3, I had started The Puppeteer, which is actually a pretty cool game. I think I've got like 20-ish levels to go. It's a fairly lengthy game. You know, so I need to go back and beat that one. That one I was kind of pleasantly surprised. I started it up and I didn't realize initially that it's a game that actually has 3D support. So then I started playing it in 3D, and it actually does a pretty decent job of the 3D effect. I need to go backwards. Okay. Soundtrack is more like Xenoblade Chronicles and not like XEX, right? Now you have a reason to be a console purist for a while. No, I will never be a console purist. Shit, so I should have just kept going this way, I guess. Oh, I gotta bring my my robot over. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's just run. Not even with Dolby Digital Surround Sound. No, not even with Dolby Atmos and my what is it? My LG Q70ZX 4K OLED with Dolby Digital Atmos 7.2 surround sound. Not even with all that goodness will I be a console purist. While playing on an Xbox One X. Climb the wall. Which wall am I climbing? Oh, that looks like the wall I'm gonna climb. Chapter 8, the dig site. Alright, so that might be where I'm gonna stop for the moment. This is a really fun level. Man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to continue. Game facts. Although I don't think I'm that far from the Maybe from the end. Oh my god, it's chapter 8 and then the final boss. I am very conflicted right now. Alright, I guess fuck it. Let's try to muscle through this. I have like a mini release I have to do tomorrow for work. So that means I'm gonna have to be logged into work at like 5:30 in the morning. Oh, that did not work out as planned. 2 bits for 2 levels. Hey man, I don't mind last minute, Miss Jessie. I appreciate you being here. Oh shit. Oh, so many grenades. Yeah, I'm actually gonna... Oh, son of a bitch. I actually have like 2 back-to-back releases coming up. I have... So tomorrow we have a mainframe fix we have to deploy. That has to go out ahead of our release. And then Thursday we have our main release. So tomorrow is tomorrow's like still a short day or you know, an early day, but not too bad. And then we have our bigger release on Thursday. And then Thursday we're also driving back down to Miami because then Jocelyn has her mainframe release. Oh, a secret area. She has her mainframe release on Saturday. So since her MF releases are only quarterly, if that, you know, she normally goes down for them and stuff. So we'll work a day in the office. And everyone's happy to see us and stuff like that, and you know, we get to hang out and see people, and then you know, I get to hang out. No, we exploded. Shit, man. Oh, I guess he's up here. Alright, come on. Let's go, Henadel. Alright, that's 1 down. I think the other dude was in here, if I recall correctly. Yeah, there you are. Alright, now you're dead. Stupid message, man. Oh shit, okay. Double header, yikes. Yeah, man. Actually, I've had a ton of early releases. Last week on Friday, I also had another, deployment. So, actually, that was more like a data fix, and we had like a job to run, just because of like profile duplication and shit. But still, it was another thing I had to log in early and test. But the good thing there was, since Friday was the start of my cold, you know, I went from basically, you know, working at like, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, okay. Logging in at like 4:30 in the morning. I had a sprint planning meeting that ran until 12:30, and then I was done. So, you know, I just got a chance to rest and stuff like that day, so that was good. It was definitely needed. And a small business shit just gets rolled out and you hope for the best. I gave one of my coworkers that was a decent buddy, a shirt that had, I don't always test my code, but when I do it in production. I've unlocked a perk, Vampire. I've unlocked a bunch of shit, and aside from like, you know, the main thing, like health, has been the biggest noticeable thing I've gained. Oh, son of a bitch! Alright, we're back. I was gonna say, oh shit, okay. I test when I'm the lone IT guys, I still get nervous. Oh, that should have been, I think, the thing to turn off that guy's power. Okay, there we go. More bullets. I mean, I guess just rolling stuff out into production isn't the best practices, but if you're a smaller company, I guess you also have the advantage that you can do that. That would not be a good thing to do, I think, with a website like the size of Carnival Scale.
You're like a blind worm tumbling your way through the soil, deeper and deeper into the rotting.
Although, you know, sometimes that has to happen. You have to just throw like a quick and dirty fix out there. It's an interesting dynamic between corporate and small. Yeah, they have their pros and cons at times. I know one of the biggest issues with a corporate is sometimes things don't move as fast as you would like. Where are you? Are you back here? Well, someone's got to be shooting me. There you are. Uh-oh. Alright, 7 shotgun shells. I think I can take them out. Oh shit, it's the double barrel. Oh my god! That corpse went flying there. Who do those painters think they are? Yeah, the bureaucracy of corporate life can get very frustrating. Son of a bitch. Oh. Oh my god. What a horrible time to reload. Just remove the rocks of dynamite stone deer. Here, Nazi zombie curdling going on. Alright, well this is clearly not the correct way to go, but... I guess no, I guess it was. Yeah, that must have been the right way to go. To my... Yeah, there you go. Ah, there you go, okay. I'm just gonna let them go at each other there. Getting close, if I recall. Alright, that is promising to hear. I mean, the Nazi zombies are really stepping it up, so... oh, fuck. I don't know why that one in particular kind of gave me a bit of the heebie-jeebies. Maybe just his conversion was a little bit closer and louder than usual. Yeah, I guess I could use the extra armor. Oh, it's just 5 extra armor. Yeah, he did grenade himself. I like that he threw it against the wall, and I guess it just bounced back relatively close to him. But I think he also took a zombie out in the process, so it wasn't totally wasted. He did not die in vain. Plus, I mean, he would have kind of died shortly after, so... And much more gruesome, because I probably would have, you know, like, murderized him with a stealth attack. And, you know, like, probably stabbed him in the head or in the neck with the pipe. So... You know, dude probably did alright for himself. I am not gonna go for that gold. Oh. We are just gonna keep pressing forward. That sounds like Helga up ahead. Scathing report to the General Strauss. name calling is unacceptable. I mean, this kind of looks like something important is about to happen if I press this button. So, there it is.
You ready for what's down here, Helga?
Son of a bitch. Alright, okay. And I cannot step in the fire. Fire burn. Fire bad. Yep. They kind of come charging at you. Should I? I guess I should just move forward. It looks like it's probably the right thing to do instead of wasting time with these zombies. So let's see if I can load up on any more health. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's go. Oh my god. Okay, that's just very slow. Bad zombies. Bad zombies. Maybe I do not want to be in this particular spot. Holy shit, man. Inner vault. Ah!
Friends.
No, my pipe.
Opa. Sie können Ihre Finger nicht vom Feuer lassen, ne? Aber diesmal verbrennen Sie. You're that fucking American, aren't you? Who killed my hunter Rudy? I must say you're stubborn. What have we here? Ja, das hätte uns etwas Zeit erspart.
Ich verstehe diese Symbole nicht.
Oh, Fortuna, so strange and unpredictable. I could just... I feel like I'm a child again, digging for the treasures in the woods.
That is not the kiss I wanted.
This moment will put me in the history books amongst the greatest of adventurers.
You'll always be just another Nazi.
Yeah, she does look like a Helga.
Sehen Sie, Schreiner.
Ja, aber es ändert nichts. Bisher konnten Sie weder mich noch General Strasse beeindrucken, Helga.
Meine Güte, Schreiner, Sie sind ein solcher Korrentenkacker. Hier, sehen Sie. Der Code auf König Ottos Karte entspricht genau den Symbolen hier auf diesem Podest. Das ist die Kombination, Sie Idiot! Na bitte.
That bitch from Matilda.
Sind Sie sicher, dass das richtig ist, Helga?
Ja, nun machen Sie sich nicht gleich ins Hemd. Sie Weichei.
Helga, was ist da?
Holy shit.
Hallo. Du bist also König Ottos kleines Geheimnis, was?
Yeah, my pipe.
Aber keine Angst, ich bin jetzt da und ich habe lecker Fleisch für dich mitgebracht.
Eat Helga. Oh, you're totally gonna eat Helga. Come on.
Sehen Sie, Schreiner? Sehen Sie. So beherrscht man ein Monster. Ha! Wollen Sie es auch mal versuchen?
Ich gestehe, ja, ich bin beeindruckt.
Aber warum hat König Otto dein schönes Gesicht vor der Welt versteckt, hm? Egal. Zeit zum Fressen. Anna, Blicke!
Yep, there we go. That's what needed to happen. Uh-oh. Ah. Oh, alright, cool. Oh, he found it. Really, man? The Nazis are gonna be shooting. Oh, yeah, there you go. Alright. Good job, man. Look at that. Nope. Even ancient monsters don't like zombies. Ah. Oh no! Damn. Pretty soon nowhere is safe. Yeah, it got pretty rough. Ow. 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 Uh-oh. Ow. Oh man. I am fucked. Shoot the chain. Wait, which chain? The chain behind him? Good job, zombie. Oh, fuck. I was pretty sure it was the mouth because it's the only spot that turns red when fuck, man. Good, thank you. I thought I saw a plus 80 somewhere. Oh, that's not good. Oh my god. If I recall, the shotgun does hella damage, but you gotta be up close. Shotgun. No, that is not the shotgun. No, but yeah, we'll just shoot. We have a couple of these. Oh, I missed. Damn. I think I started that way and saved the grenades for the ads and used the assault rifle for distance. Maybe the sniper? It's been a while. I don't want to lead you astray. You know, grenades for the ads probably may not be a bad idea. He's banging on me here. felt like I had a good little, a little hub there for a moment. No, I just moved right into that one. Oh no! Damn. Yeah, when he gets enraged and keeps swinging is when I start backing off and keeping my distance. Again, if my memory's in a... No, not the rifle. There we go. Well, you were right about the shotgun doing hella damage. Oh no, come on. I know there's help. There we go. Ah. Yeah, I came out of that one. So that bottom middle seems to be pretty handy. 'cause it seems like I can kind of tuck away. Teacup of forms. Christ. gotta hate the asshole nature of these Nazis, though, man. It's like there's this big ass thing trying to attack us. It's like, oh no, we're gonna keep trying to fight you. Oh no, what is this? This is a new development. Oh, I think I got him. Take the folder from Helga. Oh, there's Helga. Oh, I thought she was eaten. I had to kill her all stealthily. You know, with the silencer.
Understand.
Victory!
You never were in control.
BJ just gets all sorts of fucked up in all these games, man. Shit is constantly falling on him.
Nazi bits fucking everywhere. Here he is.
Fergus.
Oh,
Come
it's
on,
Fergus.
give me a hand, you lazy bastard.
He wound up with the robotic
Where's the head,
arm
Blazkowicz?
in Wolfenstein 2
find me?
for me.
We got a distress call from Pippa. We found her body.
They got Wesley too, Fergus.
Bloody hell.
Come on, miss. We have to get you out of here.
Yeah, listen, Blazko. We can't change what happened. You did a hell of a job finding that folder. Which means we've got the location of Death's Head's compound. Eh? We bloody got it. Can you believe it?
There's this dream. Something important. It's gone when I wake up.
He did hate that arm.
No time for dreams, I guess.
Ah, damn it! Forgot to take a piss before we left. Why didn't you remind me, Blazko?
I look like your babysitter, Fergus?
Yeah, man. Thank you for hanging out, because you hung out for a bit. Longer than you normally do.
Almost there. You sure killed that big fucking monster proper, BJ. The biggest one is still out there. This may be our last chance to topple the Nazi Empire. Now it's time to get it done, eh? And the world is counting on us and all that. No pressure. Except my goddamn bladder.
The monster never dies, no matter how many times you kill it. Just sheds its skin and changes form. I'd feel the weight of the world pushing me down. I try to carry it nonetheless. One last time. Then I can rest.
Alright, man. I kind of felt like I wasn't going to be able to beat it in 2 streams, but I'm glad I was able to. So, I think the next one, working my way backwards, is going to be the, it's Old Blood, so the New Order. I'm not going to play that one right away, though. There's actually a couple of, the rhythm games that I picked up on the Steam sale that I want to check out. That I picked up because they look like interesting ones to stream. So the good thing there is it'll give me time to mess around with the Elgato, because after New Order, the one I have to go back to is Wolfenstein on the 360. And then before that one comes, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and then after that is Spear of Destiny, and then Wolfenstein 3D. So Still got a bit of Wolfenstein to go, but at least we've gotten through 2 of them so far. So we ran a little bit later than usual, but we did get off to a late start due to fucking Windows update screwing up my audio, and it's still screwed up. But I kind of got a little patch job done there to try to get working today. I do agree, Jesse. They were able to attach BJ's head to a whole new body that like contorts itself, and you can jump, you got super speed and superpowers and shit, and then this dude's got a defective arm that nobody ever helps him with either. Fergus is always like tinkering with it, but the doctor's not like, hey, let me give you a hand with that. And yeah, man, Windows 10, I normally put off updates, but I was like, oh, let me just run through them, and just get them done. And I was doing stuff, so I just kind of kept putting it off. And I finally rebooted and everything, updated while I was eating dinner. And the next thing I know, when I came on to test everything, I just noticed that like all my audio settings are screwed. And another thing that sucks is that I'm gonna be gone come Thursday, so I'm not gonna get the weekend to mess around. So hopefully tomorrow I can try to put in the time and try to just get my settings up to where I need. So even the way I am right now, I've just kind of got used to it. But the only way my microphone was working if I had set it to listen to myself. So the whole stream, I've been listening to myself talk, and at the beginning it was really off-putting, especially because I really hate the way my voice sounds. But I guess I've kind of learned how to ignore it for the most part. Yeah, I think it was 1803. It was a big one. It even changed, like, now there's a couple options on the sign-in screen. The way the start menu, looks is a little different. And I think I fucking activated Cortana again that I have to go and disable. I have to see what other shit. But I think the worst part was that it renamed the way all the sound devices are. So everything that I had selected basically got screwed because now it's renamed. So I need to sit there and screw around with all my settings and my virtual cables. We hate how your voice sounds too, thanks. The whole microphone thing is what's really throwing me off though. Like, OBS right now does not capture anything. Like, my mixer doesn't show that my audio is coming in at all. My input. And again, the only way that Josh was able to hear me when I was testing was if I, basically monitor myself with my headphones. But that is like no way to live. So, I'm gonna have to sit there and play around with this while I can. If not, come next Tuesday, I'm gonna have to do this shit again. This is a pretty epic song for credits. Change your port and firewall settings on 5 different computers at work. So someone who was working from home that week had issues the next morning. Yeah, I think those are some excuse me, some of the worst things there is random updates, messing up someone working remotely. I think working remotely, you're much more sensitive to things like that, just because you're not in the office to be able to try to alleviate things, You're just at the mercy of whoever's there. So I actually had an issue where the Citrix servers at work went down one day, but I had to log in at like 4 o'clock in the morning for a release, and everyone was down. So I just kind of had to, thankfully we test on a website, so I'm able to access the website locally. But it really sucks in terms of like communications and stuff like that. So just kind of have to make do sometimes. Alright, so it is 12:30. I gotta be up in 5 hours. So I'm definitely gonna call it. Thank you all for everyone that was able to hang out and put up with my misery and the issues I had going in to today. But tomorrow you have Heather debuting Bendy and the Ink Machine. Oh, it continues. Okay, so apparently she did play this already. I've kind of been missing some of her streams lately, aside from our Don't Starve one. Thursday, Grant comes back with Fire and Ice, and Friday, Kendra is going to be playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines and continuing with that. Saturday, we really don't have anyone assigned right now. We may possibly have that day off, but if someone is able to pick it up, then we'll certainly update that. And then our weekend ends with Kendra playing Space Quest 3 again, the Pirates of Pestilon. So, again, thank you guys for hanging out, putting up with the shitty settings I had to do, but, at least we got through it. We got through another game, so that's always a plus. So, until next Tuesday, where hopefully I'll have some better audio. Thank you all again for watching, and hope you have a great night.